That's a Generation 1, the very first fighting bot. They wanted him to look like us. The more human, the better. Crazy how quick everything changed here. Put that in the cart.
What changed?
A good question. Boxing. Human boxing. It just faded.
Why?
Because the money moved on. I mean, people wanted more carnage, more show. You had the whole Brazilian underground, the Gracies, the Machados, Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, and 1,000 styles in between. Full-on ground and pound.
Look at this.
What's that?
I don't know.
Not bad. Good spot, kid. You still had human fighters, human bodies, so you couldn't give the people what they really wanted. True, no-holds-barred violence. Boom. So, the next logical step, get the humans out of there and let the machines kill each other.
So what I loved about this film, I know that there's obviously this wonderful father-son element with this story that sort of breaks up kind of the action. But one of the things I found really beautiful about it was the idea that we throw away the things that we think are worthless and are junk when they end up being so valuable they save us.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I sort of forgot about that theme. It always touches me, this. We are very quick to throw things away. It's like a very expendable society. Like, it's enough. I want the newest. I want the latest thing. And we don't realize sometimes that we are throwing away the very things that we need, you know?
Agreed.
Or, and here is an example in this robot that it kind of reminds, I don't know if I'm a sports fan. Have you seen the Brady Six?
I haven't seen the Brady Six, I'm sorry.
Okay, it's an ESPN film about Tom Brady, who was 191st pick in the draft.
Okay.
6 quarterbacks were picked ahead of him.
Wow.
He now is a Hall of Famer and ahead away of him.
Of course.
And they say, they criticized his physique, his speed, the spiral on the ball, but no one ripped open his chest and looked into his heart. And that kind of is what this movie's about. It's about, what have you got in here?
Agreed.
That's the difference.
Agreed. I think there are some great scenes in this film. One of my favorites is Evangeline Lilly. You're playing against her and you give her these eyes and she's like, don't do that.
There's a guy with real money who wants to buy this place.
Come on, like, you're really gonna sell your dad's gym?
If you don't make rent, I can't make payments and I won't have a choice.
Your father would climb out of his grave and kick your ass if you saw
No, my father would climb out of his grave and kick your ass.
Bailey.
Don't.
Don't what?
Don't do that. Don't that.
Hey. Don't what?
Don't do that thing.
No, you like that thing?
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't like that thing. I used to once, briefly. Now I like money more.
I don't believe you.
I don't care.
And it was so great because, you know, halfway through the film, the kid comes back and he does this to you.
That's so true, I know.
Talk to me about working with Evangeline and Dakota.
Evangeline, I love Evangeline. She's, first of all, a great actor. And I was so thrilled she did the part. She's quite famous for saying no to things in Hollywood, but she loved the emotion of this film. And she just brings everything to life. Like, there's a scene in the film where she slaps me, and I tell you, that was just all ad-libbed. I kind of came back to it. She said, you owe me 6,000 in rand, and I just said 3,000. She just slapped me like, I was like, oh, hello.
I guess it's 6.
She's terrific, you know,
Yes.
like, and I love everything about it. Dakota, I can't say enough things about Dakota. I feel really proud of him.
He's
I
amazing.
feel like he's almost my son in a way. Like, I have such affection for him, and he's amazing in the part, but he's just as amazing off screen. I know that kid has got a really bright future, but more importantly, he's going to set an example for other kid actors to follow.
I would agree with that.
Thank
and
you.
have 2 sons of your own.
I have a son and a daughter.
A son and a daughter, I'm sorry. I read 2 children, I assumed 2
That's
sons.
okay.
That's on me. I'm wondering if, because you had so many great, like, sort of sparring verbally scenes with Dakota in this film, did you pull on your relationship with your son? And is he stubborn as well? And
Yes, my son is stubborn. And so many times I want to kind of say things that I don't, right? 'Cause I'm the grown up, so I kind of put it back. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I shove it. So for 3 months, poor Dakota kind of was on the receiving end
of everything you couldn't say to your child.
And here I could say whatever I wanted, you know?
And get away with it. And get paid
actually
for it.
and get encouraged more. Show me
love
like
that.
more. And it's funny for Dakota because he's a very polite kid and very well brought up. And showing, you know, you can be mean or you can give it back to him. And sometimes he would call cut and I'd see Dakota looking over at his mum like, oh, no, they told me to do that. It's okay, you know?
Yeah. great actor.
Great.
I read that your father was a boxer as well.
That's true.
Did you use that? And if so, talk to me about how you kind of incorporated that in your character and your role.
My dad was the army champion, and I found this out from his brother, my uncle, because he never talked to me about it, because me and my brother fought so much that he thought if I talk about boxing, that I was a boxer, it's going to be like a green light. These kids are just going to go for it. So when I told him, now we talk about it a lot, and when I told him that I was working with Sugar Ray Leonard, it was like, hang on, I could see in his eyes, he was like, I knew my son was doing okay as an actor, like he's making a living, but he must be really doing okay if he's working with Sugar Ray Leonard. Like everything up to this point was like,
Nah.
whatever.
Sugar Ray. Yeah. How did you stay fit for this role, or how did you get fit if you felt like
Well,
weren't?
I was boxing. Boxing training probably is the best way to stay fit that I know.
That's what I've heard.
In fact, I still do it to this day. Like it's really, it's a great way to stay fit. If you can work out a way to box without getting hit in the head a lot, it's fantastic.
All right. Thank you so much.
My
time
pleasure.
is up. I appreciate it.